very good afternoon to one and all. I'm back again. So, in today's lecture, I'm going to definitely just go through the concept of tokens. Do you know what is token? Okay, fine. I will let you know what is token. So, here we go. We're going to start with token. As we all know, as the English word token implies, it is actually the smallest unit of any program or the smallest unit of any particular the whole unit. So we can say it is one of the smallest, or we can say the tiniest part of any Python program or Java program or any C++ program that we all are using in nowadays technologies. Fine. So firstly and foremost, I would like to give you the definition of token. So it can be defined as it is the smallest unit of a program. Fine. So let me give you a brief introduction about token. Token in a program can be known as the one of the most prominent part, one of the most important part of any basic code that we are going to write for any software to implement. Fine. So this is the basic definition of token. So the second important thing is how we are going to classify token. So here is the classification of tokens. Fine. So how would we classify the token? In any programming language, whether it is Java, C, C++, even Python. Nowadays we all are using Python just because Python is open source and it is very free to use and easy going language. So how do we classify the token? Token can be classified as, the first thing is, what is a keyword? I will tell you something about keyword later on in the session. Second important thing is the literal. Yes, literal. Third one, we can say the third important part of any token categorization is the identifier. Yes. Fourth one that we can say is one of the most important part of token is the operator. So these are four vital part of any token classification that we all are having nowadays. Fine. So in today's lecture, just now I am going to start with the first topic, which is the keyword. So what is keyword? Keyword we can define as it is a special name given to identifier. I will let you know what is identifier in the later session, but for this moment of time, keyword is defined as it is a special name given to an identifier, and I will give you example here. What is keyword? For example, we can say like DEF. As we all know, DEF stands for definition, the short form of definition. So def, we can say def is a keyword. It is already predefined. We can say it is predefined name in Python. So that side is known as a keyword. Fine. Second important thing in our lecture is in the token part is the literal. So in normal language or in a layman language, we can say what the literal is. Literal is defined as it is a constant. It is a constant or a value to be stored in any identifier, or we can say in simple words, in any variable in a program. Fine. For example, we can say like A is equals to 10. As we all know, A is an identifier, or we can say it is a variable which is going to store this value, and this value is also known as a literal. So this is what about a literal, the basic concept of any value that is known as literal. The third one, which is one of the prominent part of literal, is identifier. So identifier is a name, it is a name given to a variable, we can say, example, b is equals to 10.2. So here b is a variable, as we all know, but it can also be said as an identifier because it identifies which value? 10.2. So it is known as a floating electron. I think it is fine. Okay. The next important thing here in today's lecture is identifier after identifier. We can say we are going to wind up with the term operator. Okay. As the name implies, it is that part of program which actually operates in between two operands. I'm giving you an example, like, for example, as we all know, in mathematical calculations, we used to do addition, subtraction, modulus. We used to find floor division in Python as well. So, how can we do this operation? How can we do the arithmetic operations? We can do the arithmetic operations like, for example, we are having identified sum a plus b. Fine. So, a and b both are identifiers, or we can say variables. And what is this known? This is known as, this is basically the symbol which can be classified as an operator. So, with this example, I am going to just clarify the thing. For an operator to perform, we need at least two operand or at least one operand. So, for today's lecture, I am going to wind up. This is a brief type of a brief introduction related to the concept of programs. Hope I have answered all the things, all the queries. If you find any query, just let me know in my comment box. Thank you so much. Bye.